Well, hello, I'm sitting in my lounge. It's Monday, Thursday. I'm looking out of the window on a lovely sunny morning. So welcome to my home. On Good Friday, we very often in church read St. John's extended account of the crucifixion and death of Jesus. It extends over chapters 18 and 19. We might listen to the story told through the passions of St. Mark or St. John through Bach. However, St. Mark's much shorter version, I think from that we can take some points which are pertinent to us at the present time. Firstly, we're told that darkness came over the whole land. That's the 6th hour at midday and through to the 9th hour, which is 3 o'clock, the time when the sun should be at its brightest. Despite spring sunshine, I think we all feel that we live in dark days at the moment. This week we should have been with our family up in Scotland, but we can't go, and many of you will be similarly placed. Friends and family seem far away. My other daughter lies sick in bed in the Lake District, and as a frontline NHS worker, she is today being tested for the virus. But even if our friends and family live locally, they seem distant to us. Thankfully, through the wonders of modern communication, we know that they're still there. But for many now the days seem long, and for some pointless. There's a pointlessness in life when you can't mix with other people. Even friends of ours, resilient friends, are reporting feelings of cabin fever. And we all know that loved ones are dying alone and that we cannot visit the sick. So in a very real sense, we feel forsaken, we feel isolated. And in the midst of those feelings, we hear that cry of desolation of Jesus. My God, why have you forsaken me? To understand the full force of those words, we have to put ourselves in Jesus' place. Everyone had gone. The crowd, his family, except from his mother, his disciples, his friends, and even those who remained were taunting him. And now he'd even lost a sense of his Father being with him. Aloneness, isolation is the word of the day. On a Good Friday, even though we know the end of the story, we have to remember that Jesus and those around him didn't. Even before the days of social isolation, Phil and I have always kept Good Friday as a day of quiet and simple. No visiting, simple food, little entertainment. We've always taken the day in solidarity with Jesus. Secondly, we are told that the temple curtain was torn from top to bottom. This may seem an insignificant, even mysterious detail, but the temple veil was what shrouded the Holy of Holies, where, for the Jews, God's presence was to be found. And its rending tells us that the temple was finished. But although Jesus was feeling isolated from God, this little sentence also shows us that God is present even in the darkness. Present for Jesus at that particular moment, but present too for us now at this moment. In our struggles, in our anxieties and fears, our access to God is always open, is open through Jesus' dependence on God, through his cries, through his last breath. It's as if God is released into the world at that moment. And thirdly, that cry of dereliction elicits at least two responses. One from the man who offered wine vinegar, not a nice drink, but for a thirsty man, a gesture of compassion. And compassion, of course, is a significant component of our response to COVID-19. We've seen it in our hospitals, in our streets, in our supermarkets, in our communications. We give thanks for all the compassion and care that we have been receiving from others at this time. We give thanks for those who are offering their lives, being the hands and feet of Jesus and sacrificing themselves so that we might be saved. Another response is one of the recognition from the centurion, a battle-hardened Roman soldier. Surely this was the Son of God. He's the first sane human being to call Jesus God's Son and to mean it. There must have been something in the way he died. So what is our response to Jesus' cry of dereliction? Is it like Job? Why do the innocent suffer? Or why is it the good always seem to die young? Today, why is God letting these good, helpful, kind doctors, nurses, bus drivers, social workers die? As we pray through these days, let's ask God to make his presence more real to us, that we may not feel isolated, and that we can enter his nearer presence through the veil of death, through the death of Jesus. And may our response be, can our response be, that we, wholeheartedly with the centurion, know that Jesus was surely the Son of God. At present, it feels to me as if we are in a permanent lockdown, a permanent Good Friday. But what a wonderful Easter we will all enjoy at the end. I wish you all a peaceful Good Friday. Together we can get through this.